Hello, my lovely gems. I forgot my microphone. Sorry. I'm staying at an Airbnb, but they have a no filming policy. So, and it's fucking cold outside, and I was trudging, and I was like, no, I'm just gonna film in my car. You're getting the videos. That's all that matters. Gems. I hope everyone's doing well. You all got the empty room, the river, Anima Mundi, and the threshold. Oh, gems. I don't know why. I just feel like you guys, I feel like in your last read, you were like pacing, and now it's like you finally sat down. I feel like if the pacing energy was you like gathering information, because Geminis are, and that's one of my favorite thing about Geminis. You know, I feel like there's probably a misconception that I don't like Geminis. I don't know. My ex-husband was a Gemini, and one of my favorite things about him was that he would just like find information, you know what I mean? Like retrospect, not always the best information, but you know, I didn't know that at the time. I'm sure he doesn't either. I don't know if he would even now, but you know, like it's still that concept of like, he was curious. Like he would just like feed on information. I think, you know, that's just like a characteristic of a gem, you know. And one of my best friends was a Gemini for like over a decade, and being with him was like being in another world, you know what I mean? Like he was so like just like all of the information, and then you know, like we would stay up until 3 o'clock in the morning writing papers and then creating plays and stories, and you know what I mean? Like the creativity and the knowledge was just like, it's always been one of my favorite things about gems. I share that because I feel like when I got on here, it's like this, like, you know, I'm going to get beat up now. And it's like, no, whoever feels that way, I'm sorry that you feel that way. And it's not like a Gemini as an individual is fantastic. You know what I mean? You're quick and you're witty and you're funny, and you know what I mean? And like, it's never boring being with a gem. You can lose yourself in gems, you know? But you guys are duality, right? And for all of the amazing, fantastic, wonderful qualities that you have, you will flip that shit on a dime and be someone who is like completely unrecognizable to the people who love you, right? And I feel like you've been existing in an energy that just felt very, I don't even recognize who you are. You know what I mean? Like, and if that's who you are, like, I'm sorry that that's who you've chosen to be at this point in time. And maybe you will flip back someday. You know what I mean? Like that's that energy. But I feel like you were on the other side of that energy, understanding what that energy meant. Right. And I feel like that pacing energy of collecting information, it's almost like that. And then when you get it all together, when you complete the puzzle and it clicks, I just feel like this like drop to the floor. Oh my fucking God. I gotta go. I gotta go. I don't know where you're going. But I feel like whenever this clicks for you, you're gonna have a moment where you just like it feels like this like moment of revelation that just leaves you feeling, and maybe you've already been in that energy. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like these aren't time stamped for a reason, you know, like energy can play itself out for a really long time. Like I feel like there have been points in time in the year where I am saying the same damn thing every single week. And I wonder, why am I doing weekly reads? Nothing's changing, you know? This doesn't feel like that type of energy. I mean, and we have kind of been in the same energy for a couple of months now, but I don't know why I'm saying all of this. I feel like there's somebody out there who's asking this question, and I'm just trying to answer it. If you already know that, cool. Thanks for your patience while I explain it. But when you have this realization, I feel like there's just this idea of drop to the floor. Oh my fucking God. How did I not see that? Whatever missing piece that was missing in this picture that you had designed, I feel like it completely alters the image. I think of like one of those things, and you like hold it to your face and then you like pull it out, and like then you can, it's like a focus art and the art pops. I feel almost like you finally, like the art finally popped. And then you see it and you're like, and it's like there's this like the writing on the wall. You know what I mean? Throwing a little biblical context there. All right, gems. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm just talking today. But I don't know, maybe I have some new gems who are just a little curious. If that's the case, welcome. So happy you're here. All right, gems. The Tower, the Three of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Moon. Whatever picture that pops, that kind of drops you to the floor for a minute. I just feel like, I mean, okay, so let's take it, we're just going to take it external from the individual and talk about the system for a minute. Because if you think about like the system is rigged, you know, if you're poor, you pay fees. If you're poor, you know, like you get charged what? If you're late on your rent, you're charged an extra $50. Like you have an extra $50 when you couldn't even pay it the first time, right? You know, if you overdraw your account, your bank charges you like $35 fee. Set your card up so that you can't overdraw your account. One, but two, like you're oppressed for being poor. The system is set up to oppress people according to how much money they have. And so if you ever find yourself caught in the system, you know, like you quickly discover that the system that you were taught to take pride in, and I trust my government, and I trust the police, and I trust the doctors, and I trust every single thing you've ever been taught to have faith in, you realize that you can't have faith in any of it, that you're being poisoned with your food, that you're being, you know, experimented on with medications and, you know, concoctions, you know, created in a lab to alter your, you know, your genetic code. You know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of like that kind of like revelation, like that art pops. However that plays out for you as an individual, whether it's somebody in your life that you're dealing with and you have been thinking this whole time that they were, you know, they were doing right by you and they really cared about your well-being, and you know what I mean, only to find out that all they cared about was controlling you, manipulating you, and using you for whatever, you know, like it's just kind of like, and realizing that, you know, like there has been a level of oppression that you were believing in, that you were backing, that you were supporting, right? I think anybody who stepped outside of the system and educated themselves to understand it a little bit more, experienced that gut wrenching, like I just got punched in the stomach, I think I'm going to be sick. Oh my God, what is reality? But like, I blurred my vision enough to understand my reality, and I learned a whole hell of a lot. Right, gems? Whew. Okay. Gems. What else can we get for y'all? Okay, Geminis. Four of Swords. Sorry, I keep knocking that. The Star, the Empress, and Justice. I love that, gems, because there's no more confusion. And when there's no more confusion, then there is a point of focus that allows for all of this oppression because it's the idea, again, of going back to the idea of like being a part of the system, right? Like I can, criticize. I don't like poverty is just like here at present, but it's just like, it's like I can, accuse somebody, oh, well, you're a thief and you're this and you're that. Well, they were stealing food so that they could eat. You know what I mean? And like, and how about instead of attacking them and calling the cops and trusting the system to deal with the, the scum, you offer them a meal. Show kindness to your neighbor. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just kind of this idea of like you participating in something, but now, or like Paul who oppressed the Christians, and he, like he was after those fuckers, and then he became like the vigilante on behalf of them and was going around to the churches being like, y'all are making Christ look bad right now. You need to straighten the fuck up or get the fuck out. And it's like, I feel like there's that energy there because there's so much value that has been devalued, and there's healing that needs to be brought to that. Again, it's that idea of like, like the Karen who calls the cops on her neighbors and realizing who she is as a person and how the world views her. And tail between your legs, I'm going to show up and knock on your door and offer you food because I'm a disgusting human being, and I did this, and I need to own that, because the only way I'm going to overcome that is to acknowledge it, right? It's just kind of like, and maybe those people let you in, maybe they don't, right? Like, I don't know, Karen. Like, how changed are you really? Like maybe you're going to run into that energy a little bit, but I feel like like whatever it is, you're going forward because it just feels like this is like your character. Like this is like, that's your character. And I feel like you are not wanting, like that art pop of a really bad character. And you're like, oh shit, that's not who I am. That's not who I want to be. And I think when you really step back and you realize how it is that you got there and why it is that you ended up there and how it is that you could never, do that again. Hope, whoever is here with me today, you know what I mean? Welcome. I'm your energy feels like the type of energy that doesn't reject the idea of accountability. And that is honorable, and that is strength. And that is, I think about the, like the idea of like the patriarchy is toxic as fuck, right? And so many beta men out here running around thinking they're alphas, you know what I mean? And it's like, they don't have a concept of what it means to be like, the man is a protector. Like, you want to talk about women being submissive. How would like a woman has to feel safe to feel submissive, right? And it's like, I don't think that there's a good form of education that teaches men and educates them on what it means to genuinely protect women. And I feel like there's just this idea of a really, the Four of Pentacles is just like the grind, like being like, I'm here for me and I'm out for me and I'm going to do this for me because I'm the only one that matters and da 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 da. You know what I mean? But again, it's that recognition of what does that really mean? Because you can have self-respect, you can have self-love, you can have boundaries, you can have all of those things and still be kind and generous and caring and protective of the people, places, and things around you. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be some all or nothing, extreme, because you can't exist in extremes, period, end of story. Gems. I love you guys. All right. Let's see the medallion. Yeah, I just think that whatever this, like this pop of art, I gotta Google what kind of art that is so I can make it the title, but whatever it is that reveals itself to you. I think it shocks you. Like it kind of knocks you on your ass a little bit. And then I feel like that tail between your legs energy of just like, oh my God, like I didn't even see it for what it was. I didn't even, I was so blinded with rage. I was so blinded with, like this sense of devotion, right? That's been in your reads too. Like, well, this is what it means to be devoted. Well, like, does your devotion to one person completely like eliminate the security of your family? Do you know what I mean? Like, does it completely eliminate the security of your friends? Is your devotion self-serving and like weak? Because strong devotion is so much more than whatever that is. Okay, Gems, 16 minutes in. Sorry, this one, I feel like whoever's here is here. Thank you for sending your energy. I hope this resonates with you. If it does, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment if you would like. And I will see y'all again soon. Bye.